What's up, y'all? My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, and I'm coming to you live on Memorex from the ultimate remote location, modified default route, as I've just returned the rental car and walking back home to my daughter's house, what I call home here. I work today, 3 to 11. Having just flown in yesterday from Baltimore. No, take that back. Basically from Bethesda, Maryland, and Funkateers Ball Nine. Let me just say this. There is nothing. Y'all probably know where I'm going with this. I don't give a damn. There is nothing better or more precious than being Jeffery Scott Mitchell. And it's because of the people and things around me. It's not so much me, even though I'm sure my personality and this and that have a lot to do with it. But it's the people and the things that I get to experience other people do, that we share in the love of, the belief of, a commitment to. Oh my God. Funkateers Ball Nine. Funkateers Ball Nine. First you get there, you're hanging around with like-minded folks. The talk, the chatter, a lot of ideas on how to grow this thing, this funk thing, to keep it going. The music, the Funkateers Ball, our get-togethers. Oh my God, it's good. And it's hard for me not to go right to what I feel is the most significant part, as you may or may not know, it's the music. The music is number one by far. Nothing comes above there's nothing above the music, that P-Funk music. The way them niggas played it Saturday night, and I told a bunch of them, several of them. I walked past the DeBartolo thing, the San Francisco 49ers headquarters, and I told a bunch of them, don't nobody play it like niggas. Don't nobody play it like niggas. You got Black Americans, no, African Americans. You got African Americans, you got blacks, and you got niggas. Don't nobody play it like that. There's something about the area in which the musicians live and play amongst each other with. Tony Camp put this band together for Funkateers Ball Nine. He called it the Allstar Band. Earthbound Creatures open. Mr. Camp calls them his white funkadelic. And they did good. They did good. They did damn good, considering their demographic and how young they are. Because I'm standing there listening. You know I'm listening. If they hit in that pocket, the feel, how it sounds, they was getting there. They definitely was getting there. And the funny thing is, I look up at the bass player for Earthbound Creatures, and he got the stance and hold a flea. I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know nothing about, only thing I know is P-Funk. So to know flea, you know, it's kind of on the, because he's on the peripheral P-Funk of this. So I mean, you asked me about guitars, but I knew that's Flea look. He playing like Flea. But he was hitting it. The notes were pretty much where they should be. Him and the drummer, they had that pocket, that feel. Chris on the keyboard was just killing them. It was almost obnoxious how good he was. It was like obnoxious. The way he was just putting it down. He came for the kill. Chris Smith on keys. They had a couple of guitar players who, they were good. They were good. And maybe even for their demographic, better. Because if this is a business and they trying to grow this thing, it's a certain kind of appeal I think they're gonna want to attract. If they get in touch with that mainstream audience, it'll be disgusting. If they bring that Funkadelic to that white mainstream mainstream audience, and they can take off the bigger portions that, pretty much none of my demographic could right now. There's an audience out there waiting for them. They present this music to them. And what I say better was, they still got that little bit of, I don't want to say whiteness or two, that still kind of Caucasian, maybe rock feel or, rock or something other feel. But I think that might work for their audience. I think that little bit in there, because you don't want it too nasty, which happened later that night. And even that really wasn't that nasty, to tell the truth. Jesus. It was clean too, but we're going to that. But anyhow, and he was up there holding like Flea. I was like, and I saw him, because I walked over, shook their hands. Everybody did good. Everybody know, because I was just in a really gratified mood. Just wanted to let people know how good y'all make me feel. Just get, let people give gratitude, whatever. I was like, it was funny watching you stand there playing that funk, looking like Flea, playing your bass like Flea. And he went on to tell me that Flea was the reason he started all this. Flea was the reason he got into playing the music from the Red Hot Chili Peppers album. He said his bass was based on a Flea bass. He said he was everything Flea. I was like, that's so cool. That's so cool. And the energy they bring, they're kids. I mean, they're not kids, but the energy they bring, the different style they bring. And if they get a hold of that Funkadelic and they can take that to a mainstream audience, their potential or their ceiling would be embarrassing to my demographic, because we had our day. But anyway, so they were good. Then the Funkateers Allstar Band came out. I've seen a lot of funk. And I've seen enough now that where I'm confident that my, not opinion, but my ear and how it makes me feel or not make me feel is quote unquote, can be validated by that, by how much funk I've seen. And I just got through seeing the LA Maggots. I just got through seeing George P. Funk and them. So I'm constantly seeing it. And it's almost to the point where it has to be me, because all these successions of bands that I'm seeing can't be fucking getting better and better. Can't be better, not getting better, but be better than the last one. I guess, again, I said before, when I'm in the moment, that's the best moment. My mother said to me a long time ago, whatever you're doing right then is the best thing in the world. I said, okay. But these fuckers down there, I heard it done in Detroit. I didn't hear it done. Well, I heard it done in Detroit, but it was really P-Funk cats doing it. But I heard these dudes down there do it. I've heard different configurations of P-Funk members come together and play it. So I know, and I know where the note's supposed to be. I know where the word's supposed to be. I know the tone that I like. God damn. Going from left to right, it was Guy Curtis on guitar, Michael McHenry, who the introducer, Brooke Claggett, who always introducing people to people, introduced me to him. I was like, yeah, I saw him with his guitar when I walked in. You know, just kind of sitting there regular, you know, just with his guitar. Like he's out part of the crowd. You know how we roll. Ain't no backstage, ain't no green room, ain't no walking out, blah, blah, blah. He just out there with everybody, with his guitar, looking around, like he's trying to figure out what's going on. Chris Schmidt on keys. He played with Mr. Cam, Tony Cam for like 20 years down in Lynchburg and part of Earthbound Creatures. Robert Woods on drums. And probably the biggest, and maybe even the most important, and the thing that touched me supremely deeply, the bass player. Now I'm hearing the music. The music is, you know, the music starts off, you know what? The music started off really tight and good. But, you know, oh, another thing. We already know y'all don't rehearse. We already know there's no rehearsal. Let's stop. I always tell people, we gotta stop saying that. When it comes to this kind of stuff, we don't rehearse. There's no rehearsal. And we agreed that, you know, if you want to take it, you know, get booked in casinos and whatever, be a professional act, you know, you got to tighten it up. But for what we do, ain't no rehearsals. Come on. Ain't no rehearsals. So stop saying that. We know already. You've been playing it for 50,000 years, you better know how to play it. Or something like that, you know, this bullshit. Forgot where I was going. Oh, so there's no rehearsals. And probably not even sound check. So the first few minutes of the song, it was tight. And it was still they were still filling each other out, sound checking. Because I don't think this configuration ever played together before. Of course, you know, they always play the music. They probably all know each other. They probably all know, you know, on that P-Funk thing, the musicians studied it, tried this out, been playing it for years, got their own little nuances, the way they things that, you know. So when they come together for the song, niggas can look at each other and say, nigga, you know that ain't how it go. Having never even met them before. That's, you know, leads to no rehearsals. But, so it was tight, and it was, you know, good, and it was still loose. They were still filling each other out. It was doing Chocolate City. Then they turned around and played Make My Funk the P-Funk. My God. Robert Woods on drums. Oh my God. Oh my God. This Michael McHenry, who I was just introduced to, who I didn't know. Oh my God. Just the little rhythm picks, you know, nothing too obnoxious, nothing all over the place, just right where it was fucking supposed to be. Guy Curtis over there, both of them standing next to each other. Oh my God. They was just killing it. And then I noticed the bass. I was like, who playing bass? And I noticed the bass. I thought to myself, who playing bass? Because they was playing it right. The drum was right. I knew the drums was gonna be right, Mr. Woods. Right, Woods, I knew the drums was gonna be right. Of course, I was concerned about Tony Cam and his vocals, but we'll get into that later. He killed it. He killed it. He killed it in a him and Zach, oh my God, they killed it. And what he did was, I'm gonna go back to the story. But what Tony Cam did was, he said the vocals, he didn't put a lot on it. It was just like, good evening. You know, he just said it nice in a normal voice where you can hear him. And he said it consistently correct. I didn't mean for it to come out like correct, but he did the whole thing. He said the whole thing. It wasn't no ad-libs. It wasn't going on this way. It was just like the record. He just said it in a nice, even tone. And then the song, and Zach's vocals and ad-libs, and he said, oh my God, he sang on Funky UFO. You know, it was in a nice tone. It was right in the right place. But anyway, and he had backup singer Shirley Clinton and his wife killing it on the vocals. You know they're gonna rehearse. They're gonna get it to a certain place. But anyway, so I'm running around like, hey, you know, the band, they killing it. They doing this, they doing that. I think they went into Mothership Connection. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, who playing bass? Because they playing it right. And the guitar players was getting it. You know, the drums was getting it. Everything was getting it. I was like, who the fuck playing bass? Oh, and Chris Smith was getting it on the keys. Chris Smith was getting it on the keys, the little harmonies or whatever things are supposed to be, where they're supposed to be. Oh my God, oh my God. And then, so I'm like, who the fuck on bass? And I'm going with it, I'm looking them dead in the face. Looking them dead in the eyes, let them know who the fuck I am. And I'm letting them know that he playing it right. And I was like, who is this? And I'm looking at him through the whole fucking night. And I'll go over there too. Like if I hear a guitar, the guitar get down, I'll go right over there, right in front of him. Just be right there with him. Like on what, Swing Down? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I was standing right there looking at him dead in his goddamn face. Do, 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 do. Oh my God. And then and I'm looking at the bass player. I'm saying, I'm feeling you, I'm letting them know. And I was like, and I think I walked up to Gabe Gonzalez or somebody. I was like, well, Robert Woods. I was like, who was that on bass? Because I was gonna go up there and ask him, where you from? And they told me that was Terry Holland. I know Terry Holland. I know Terry Holland very, very well. The fact that I didn't recognize him was probably the most important thing or the hardest hitting thing for me this weekend. Mr. Holland is having health issues to the point, like I said, he was unrecognizable. And I walked up to him, and as soon as I found out who he was, I ran up there. As soon as I found out who he was, I ran up there. I just took off. For him, in his situation, to come here and play that fucking music right, the way it should be, because as I told you at the beginning of this goddamn thing, for me it's about the music. I personally kind of don't give a care what you're going through. The music is supreme. And it should always, there's no excuses for it not to be played quote unquote right. And forget the old philosophical subjective thing. When I say right, I mean the way that I want it, and just to make the story. I don't want to go through and explain all that, just, you know, so the story will flow. So I just say right. You hear that? I was gonna say fucker. Hear that fucker play that music right? The notes where they were supposed to be. I mean, after, like I said, it's to the point I didn't recognize him. That's his condition. And I talked to some people that say he's on his way to recovery, this or that. That shit brought tears. Well, I ain't gonna say it brought tears to my eyes, because, you know, the beauty of it, it hit me in a different way. It wasn't the tears to me. I cried the other nights. Tears was rolling down my face the other nights when the DJs was playing. The night before. See, that's Funkateers Ball. It's multi-night, and we had trivia, and it's just, but to see Terry Holland. And as soon as I found out it was him, that answered my question. Who the fuck is playing it right? And why they was playing it right? Tony Cam told me the story that Terry kept calling him, said, let me do it, man, I gotta do it. I think they said Terry's wife was even calling, don't let him do it. But Terry kept calling, I wanna do it. Terry kept saying, I wanna do it. Oh, it don't look like somebody out there taking pictures. Oh, so I went up there, I shook that man's hand. And the thing, like I said, the music comes first. You gotta play it right. I'm unforgiving. and no excuses. There might be some leeway if I like you, but ain't no excuses. That music gotta be played right. And Mr. Holland played that fucking music right. And for him to be in this condition he's in, to the point where I didn't even recognize him, and for him to be hitting it, because you still, I mean, I don't care, you ain't gonna get no sympathy. Ain't gonna be no sympathy. Oh, he went through this, oh, he's going through that. So that's why, no. No. And if it ain't his fault, it's the person who put the band together's fault, or the promoter's fault. Somebody should have somebody capable in that position. That's why Mike Tomlin is responsible for a lot of stuff that Pittsburgh Steelers players do and don't do. That's his responsibility to get the right person in there. It goes all the way to the top. And I know the chain, so I will follow the chain all the way up to find out why so-and-so was over there playing bass. Why the fuck was he playing bass? But Mr. Holland, like I said, I didn't even know it was him. But I knew the bass player was killing it. More than once over there, I'm just looking, he looking back at me, I'm looking at him. We're going up and down on it, just staying right there. Doing P-Funk, because you know I done been there when Mr. Curry done it, and Mr. Curry just stayed right the fuck there. Doom, 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 doom. Repetitive over and over and over and over and over and motherfucking over again. Exactly the same. But it's not exactly the same. It's nuanced just enough to give it a feel, I'm sure. I'm sure it's not exactly the same, because I'm sure through their experience and the way they playing it, and even just the physical, you know, the physical stress that comes, you're gonna play a little different. But if you listen to it, close your eyes, that them notes are supposed to be right where the fuck they supposed to be. Mr. Curry be doing it 20 minutes, because they be having all those solos from all them Baltimore people. Guy Curtis and other Baltimore people all over the goddamn place. He said he counted, I was talking to him afterward, he said he counted them, 17 people. He said he counted 17 people that came out of that neighborhood who doing music, playing P-Funk, or made it, you know, doing this. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, no, I don't remember. I just said, oh yeah, I still remember. But to have him play that music right, I mean, have him play that music the way it's supposed to be played. And I didn't recognize it, and I found out who that was. And I was like, that's who? And then it hit me. And then all of it hit me right at once, you know. It was obvious once once I knew, it just, the whole story just kind of, oh, shit. Went up there, shook his hand. There was hardly no hand there. It was like all bones. I mean, just literally unrecognizable. He's in a wheelchair. But that fucker played the music. It's gonna make me cry thinking about it. I'll cry right now. Pain never makes me cry, but happiness does. That's Santana. My God. I mean, that was, I mean, a lot of good things happened over that weekend. A lot of fun, a lot of people, very special people, relationships, just talking, hanging out, laughing, and to have it all come together and to experience all that with the people, and of course, experiencing it being Jeffery Scott Mitchell, Jeffery Pure Vung Mitchell, B-Vung 1, walking in the place. But even though I still think this is my music, I've been, I guess you could use the word humbled enough over the years, decades, to realize if I am the #1 P-Funk fan or whatever, and I say if, I ain't the only one. And it took me years to realize I ain't the only one out here who like this band, who like that music, I should say, because it's the music. It's the music. Like Billy Best said, he said we couldn't fuck it up. We wasn't gonna fuck it up. So even George ain't gonna fuck it up. Music is just that good. The music is just that good, even George couldn't fuck it up. We tried to fuck it up, but the music just got it. The music still pulled it through. It's that music. To have so many people who feel the same way about it, and this and that, and now after all of these years, in expressing my opinion is much more welcome, because not so much about who I am or whatever it is. When the internet came out, people just wasn't used to hearing other people's opinion. People wasn't used to hearing people being critical about something that they loved, so they reacted to it. But now it's commonplace. And now, and I was gonna say this about the LA Maggots. 20 years ago back, when I had my opinion, I had my subjective reasoning or whatever it is, people would attack me for it, basically for my opinion or what I thought. Because they couldn't understand a person's opinion versus, fact or whatever. I'm just taking my opinion. And I used to always talk it the right way, playing it the right way. People say, what do you mean? And it's not, I shouldn't say like they was whining, they didn't understand. They probably really didn't understand what I meant, or how I could see the music, or how the music could be seen that way, or experienced that way. At that kind of criticism, with that kind of criticism from those different angles. And I used to say, this is the right way. This is the right way to play it, and this is the wrong way. And I used to call out bands who I thought didn't play it right. There's other bands who did. I would even call out P-Funk when I thought they didn't play it right. And at the LA Maggots show, I'm standing there listening to them. And after all these years, from when I first heard Mothership Connection 50 years ago, the music I love so much, to have my home team band, a band that I'm part of, play the music the right way, the way that I think it should be played, in my backyard 50 fucking years later, to be a part of that, and to have these people around me and the community around me when I go to Funkateers Ball. And I know I don't give a damn if I sound selfish or whatever, but I just think everything comes from your point of view. It's all subjective. It's what you think. I don't give a damn how benevolent or altruistic you think you want to be. It comes down to what you think and what you believe and how you see things, because you can't see things any other way. That's what I was saying, what it's like to be Jeffrey, being Jeffrey. The things around me, to experience life as Jeffrey. So to me, the most important things to me are the things that affect me directly. How you or that affects me. I don't give a damn how it affects. I was gonna say something super political, but I ain't. I don't care how it affects this people, that people, this country, that country. I ain't gonna say I don't care, but it kind of doesn't matter. If it saves millions or this or that. The most important and critical thing is the direct relationship I have with this or that. What it did for me personally. And for the LA Maggots, and George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic, as far as P-Funk go, and the Funkateers Ball and everybody out there doing it, the effect that they have on me is just, it's euphoric, it's wonderful, it's intense, it's amazing. how do you say a lot? What's the kind of cool word for a lot? It's overwhelming at times. And to go there, and I asked, Tony Cam said he put that band together. I know I asked his wife, I was talking to his wife. He said he hired them. He went out and he picked that band. He put them together. There's only 4 of them, 5. 2 guitar players, drum, bass, and keys, and him. And okay, I can't let out the backup singers. I got to let the background singers in because, yeah, a lot of times, I always end up in front of the girls because we got to sing. We got to sing and make that fucking band work. Make them step up to where you at. Bring the energy of them and everything up. And we standing there singing, I'm Funky UFO, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Shirley Clinton, Jackie Cam, and the other girl from Earthbound Creatures, who was killing it through both of the days. With her, I think that's Christmas. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. Let me stop. Her energy and just the youthness of it all and what she was bringing. Oh, you didn't see me. Just brought, it's so much. So many people, so much. And they singing, because you got to drive the niggas back there. They just playing and you got to drive them. That's what I was telling Brandy, sing, make them follow you. Make them say, come on, damn it. And we stand up there. Oh my God, it was good. Screaming. Of course, they were singing. I was probably screaming. And Tony Cam doing his lyrics and Zach. Oh my God. I didn't know. He sang I'm Funky UFO in the right tone. And when I say right again, I just mean how I like it. So I'm talking about how I like it. In the right tone and manner. It wasn't overdone. It was just, it was good. In my life, to go and to be able to hear this music, the music I love so much, played the way I think it should be played. They was killing. I think by the 3rd or 4th song, you could tell, you knew they were live. You knew that even they knew. I knew that even they knew they was hitting. They nailed something. They had connected on something. I knew it. I'm sure they knew it. It was magical. The sound, the way it came, sound was good. Congratulate the sound man. After some feedback problems at the beginning. Congratulate the sound man. Because for the sound, for one of the part of the things, really, I guess for me, for a show to be good, the sound has to be good, and it has to be good to the point where you don't even know it until later. It shouldn't even be an issue. It shouldn't even come up. Like an offensive lineman. You shouldn't hear his name during the game, because if you do, it's probably because he's holding or committed a penalty. It was just good. And there was parts in there, I'm listening, eyes closed, just trying to hear every drop of it. And it was just right in there. It was just right the fuck in there. Because and one thing I know, that if it ain't, if it ain't to my liking, it ain't to my liking, or I think it's off, or miss, I'll go look at it. I'll go, whoop. What was that? Because it was a couple times even, when the Funkateers Ball All-Stars play, they started off Trash and Go-Go wrong, or whatever. I was like, take it down. We got all night, even though I know we don't. And they stopped and started over again. Not because of me, but I just knew it wasn't right. I was like, There was a couple times during this set where it went off the tracks, it went off the rail. And it's supposed to, like I said, even when it's splitting them, when the mother band does it, and the band just kind of gets off and they got to work their way back. I enjoy that. That's kind of fun because different things can happen. You know, they play it, oh, look what happened to this. We got off and we was playing it this way and you was a little bit behind or you was over here like this. And it didn't sound too bad. Let's try to maybe, you know, adjust the music or nuance the music a little bit, maybe to pick up on something. It's like evolution, you know, mutations that could evolve into something. And it happened a couple times with that band. And we just look around like, where y'all at? You know, who's singing? Where y'all? But it was cool. A couple times with the lyrics. Oh, on the lyrics too. I will say this, and it's possible. I do believe I'll make my funk the P-Funk. The first couple times they say it, they don't say, take it home. They don't use that, don't want my funk stepped on, take it home. I think they don't say that. I think they just say uncut or I want the bomb P-Funk or something like that. If I remember correctly from 40 years, 50 years ago. I think the first couple times they don't say take it home until like the few verses in. I gotta check that. And I think that's maybe the way, Tony Cameron was singing it, which fits, because I can see him singing it, quote unquote, the way the record was and the way it's supposed to be, quote unquote, whatever it's supposed to be means. Because, you know, some people have a different idea of what the live in concert P-Funk and the record P-Funk. It's two different things. And when you're a musician playing it, yeah, only be like in rehearsal, all right, we're gonna do Cosmic Slide. All right, we're gonna do the album version or the studio version. No, we're gonna do the album version or the live version. What live version, what year? What venue? he don't really be going that far. But I'm gonna start teasing him like that. So I can see him in rehearsal. All right, we're playing live version of Cosmic Slide from 76 or 86. Because he know it like that. And if I know Tony Cam, I can see him doing that. But the way the mother band, Mr. Clinton, do it, they say, I don't want it stepped on, take it home through all the verses. So, and that's the way I'm used to hearing it. So he might be right. And it don't matter. And I was like, that ain't how I go. I'm right there in their face. I'm like, that ain't right. And then I also said, don't worry about it, keep going. Don't worry about it, it's still good. And I tell everybody, if I'm at a show and you gotta ask how I feel, I didn't do my job. If I'm at a show and the show is over or it's going on, and you don't know what I'm thinking or how I feel about the music, that P-Funk music being played, well, I don't think that can happen. I don't think that's possible anymore, to be honest with you. I don't think it's possible anymore. Because I've evolved to be too close to the music, and I mean, it's not that I've taken ownership, maybe it's taking ownership of me. You know, this isn't a Jeffrey thing. It's more about how deep the music has become inside of me. It's just, I mean, the night before at the party, DJ P-Funk Radio. Oh my God. P-Funk Radio, Keith Jackson. When I got on the internet, and I was the first one. When I got on the internet, I was the first one. I had pfunk1.com. When I got on the internet, I was the first one. The first person I saw there was Keith Jackson. He was there before me. He had already established a radio thing. He was the first person, P-Funk cat, that I truly directly met. He was there before me. We was talking about how we was on dial-up and all this, and the bandwidth, resolution of the music. Oh, look, I'll probably get that later. The reservoir thingy. The Forest Lawn Stormwater Park is coming along. I should probably show it. Y'all don't really see me. But anyway, he was there first. And they all had on their P-Funk radio shirts. I had one. And he had all the DJs, because under him now, or under his show, under the banner of P-Funk Radio, you got multiple DJs. And this DJ came up, you know, they started talking a little bit, and he played Loopzilla. I was like, oh God, the music, oh how the music moves me. Then he played something else that hit me. Then another DJ came up, kind of a soft-spoken guy. He was like, yeah, and I like to play the softest, jazzier stuff. So, and he was just kind of talking like that. And he said, and this is one song I like to play. It's called One of Those Funky Things. I stood up, and I'm already sitting in the front. I stood up like I was ready to fight. I'm like, oh motherfucker, oh motherfucker. Oh my God, he said one of those funky things. And it was a mix or a remix, and it was doing things that it don't do in the regular record. And it kept going. And the choruses, do you want to get out? Oh my gosh, tears start falling up in my eyes. And then he played I'm Funky UFO. And if you know anything about me, I'm going too far, but I'm Funky UFO. And he played a version by Octopussy. And it just kept going. It was like the choruses was moved around, the lyrics. I cried. Tears was flowing out one of my eyes. The other one, it didn't come out as much. I just left it on my face because I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a funk. I didn't care who was there, who was in the room. In fact, it got to the point, it was like I was there by myself. I'm in a room full of people. It doesn't matter. I'm sitting by the speaker on purpose. Nothing between me and the music. I mean, it was just so much. And then they had a trivia game. I was in the trivia contest. No, not trivia game. The lyrics game. I was AWOL for that. Trying to get rest or do whatever. And I came down, got into the trivia game, and we got it going. Just the whole camaraderie, talking to people. Anthony Davis and Lonnie Chipstar Green, there's all kind of people who just have ideas about growing this thing, different ideas, different levels of, what they want to do. One person may know this person, or know Shaq, or be talking about Shaq and Hollywood Bowl levels, another one talking about, a little smaller retreat thing here, and just keeping it going, funk on a farm or whatever. They was thinking about, they want to take it to the West Coast. They want to bring it out here. Because see, back there, they really organized. They got all the administrative shit down. They may not have as many musicians, but they got the administrative part down. Chocolate City Alliance, Real G, Tony Cam, the way they organize and promote things. He's just that's what he did. He's a hotel. So that's what he did. So everything was pretty much in place. It was stuff to do. He had the day plan, kept people abreast. The website looked good. I mean, it's just clean. He just committed. George Darden's wife. I remember her. We talked for a bit. It was just good. It was just good. And to hear that music, oh my God. My thing is, how could each succeeding show, band playing P-Funk, be better than the last one? That's what I think it might be me. it might be me. But I got to, in fact, this one got so good, I lost my mind so many goddamn times, I had to stop recording. I kept getting messed up. You know, I'm grabbing it, moving it, this or that. I had to stop. I said, I ain't got time to fool with this. You know, because usually I can hold the camera and, you know, get mine. Not where these people went. No, not where these people went, not at all. Not at all. It was good. It was truly good just to hear the music played. Now, again, even I'm going back to what may or may not validate me or my experience or why what I feel or my opinion may matter. I gotta be reminded, yeah, I have seen them, you know, George and Mr. Clinton and the Mother Band over 200 times. I have seen many, many, many renditions of P-Funk, different players, you know, people who just probably as accomplished as P-Funk play it that haven't played it P-Funk. So I've seen many renditions and I have my opinion about it. And I am critical. I know I'm critical. And I also know I have confidence that if it ain't played, no, I don't want to say not if it's played right. If a note is out of place, or something is missing, or something clashes, or a crash shape's supposed to be, or the beat ain't right, I'll know that. That I have total confidence in. Now, it may not be as precise as somebody like Ollie Nero, somebody who really listens to the record, and really, that ain't the way it goes. Like some of the people cats be like, that ain't the way it was written. You know, but it may be the way that I'm used to hearing it. I'm hearing it live all the time. And if you listen to the record, it don't do that. It don't do what? I'm like, but that's the way we've been doing it for the last 30 years. And people are still adamant, nope. I think it was Mr. Pedrosian said, when he play it, they play it back like the record. None of that jam band nuance stuff. He said, we play it by the record. I said, I gotta hear that. I said, I wanna come hear that. I said, I wanna hear that. So that's one thing I can say. And the reason I'm kind of bringing that part up is how could it continually, if it's me getting soft or whipped, even if I'm thinking that couldn't be the case, because if it was wrong, if a note was out of place or this wasn't there or that wasn't there, it would glare. It would be like fingernails on the chalkboard to me. And I haven't been getting that. And I almost want it. It's like one time I wish Mr. Curry would mess up, just so I know what it sounds like. Just to make sure that the meter, that the gauge, that my sensor is still working. I want to know what it feels to be like if he was to trip a note or do something. Because I'm listening to that Funkateers Ball Nine band. It was so tight and so beautiful. But it wasn't too tight. It was loose enough. It was kind of clean. Again, P-Funk can be too clean. But the way they was playing it and where they was hitting it and where they was putting it and where they was pulling it from. Because a memory or a feel I have in my mind is it just being pristine. And funk ain't supposed to be pristine, even though it was, and it wasn't really nasty. You know, I've heard nasty. It wasn't nasty funk, but it was deep. It wasn't procedural. And Mr. Woods on drums was doing some stuff. After the show, we talk about him and Mr. Chenault. Mr. Shaw is my favorite, just by style. But I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Chenault, they coming after you. Let me just say that. Because Mr. Woods did some stuff in a kind of a militaristic style. Because I like that regiment, you know, non-jazzy, coming straight forward sometimes. He did a little I'm like, whoa now. Okay, I heard that. He did some stuff. But then again, the last time, Mr. Chenault did some stuff. So it's evolving. But Mr. Woods, I was like, whoa, okay now, I heard that. Like an extra, or something like that, right where it's supposed to be. Again, right where it's supposed to be is subjective, how I feel. Because it's probably not on the record, or it may be on the record, I don't know. But if it fits or not fit. It was just good. It was good. And we used to have that feel to go through that. See if this dude gonna cut it off while I walk up here. The Mexican cats cut it off and don't even turn the other way. They turn completely around and turn it down. Or at least he turned it down, so. There, the Mexican cats in LA are like, stop and stand and salute you as you walk by. That's how they ain't trying to get you sprayed with nothing. But it was just good. And then like I said, I was like, who is that on bass? Who is that on bass? They playing it right. They in every note. And they nuances some stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know. And there was some changes here and there. Of course it's gonna be missed. And some, you know, redirection and misdirection in the music, which I said sometimes adds flavor and color. So, you know, I don't worry about that too much. Because when they get back on the rails, if you're doing the damn thing, when the train is going forward, it don't matter about the stop so much. And it was good. And after, and I knew, you know, afterwards, for whatever reason, I knew Jackie was going, because I know. I can tell by the way she watched or the way we communicate or interact, you know, that that we have an understanding about play it right or play it wrong or whatever, play, you know, the way it's played, how the music is played. You know, I don't want to define it. I don't know what it really is, but there's something. And so basically she said, she kept walking over to me and I was like, you know, I ain't got to tell you. I was like, you already know, I ain't got to tell you. And then she said, no, I want to hear you say it. And that was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. That's exactly the way it should be, because we both had to understand. She said, you know, you already know, you know. She said, no, I want to hear you say it. And I love that, because when it got going and the vocals started going, I'm standing right there. Right, it was in her face that I got. We're gonna sing this now, come on. We're gonna sing this. This is something especially make my funky P-Funk. Don't funky UFO. Handcuffs, oh my God. Zach saying handcuffs. They gotta do that again. And check this out. I had my recording device and I didn't take it. Because I said, well, I'm gonna record everything on my phone anyway. And I kind of was like, it's in the ballroom and this and that and that. And I brought it with me, I didn't take it. And then, you know, during the show, I'm losing my mind so much I didn't really get the whole thing. This part, gaping parts I missed. Didn't record. And usually if I have my audio recorder there, I'm getting it. They ain't gotta worry about it. That's a missed opportunity. But I'm hoping somebody got it recorded. And then I go online, Facebook, look at all the videos posted. They're only like 2 minutes long. 1 minute. I'm like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody go live for like the whole 45 minutes? Jesus. It's only like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. What the fuck? I didn't know it was gonna be like that. If I had any inkling, it was gonna come down like that. Yeah, I had about mics. Oh my God. So I'm watching my video, and the video I had to post a video, it was so good. It was so good, I said, I gotta post something. And I just posted a raw video. It's all upside down in portrait, slinging all over the place. I don't care. Like, listen to it. Listen to it. It was so beautiful. It's so fucking beautiful. It moves me to tears. To be that, to be able to be there for all of that. To be there for all of that, to experience that. To have this in my life. To still, not only to still have this in my life, to have it in my life at a level that it is, to be involved in it at the level that I am, which I may think be where I always wanted to be. Well, I never wanted to be a musician. I didn't want to learn discipline. If anything, I would want to have been George, Mr. Clinton, you know, out there up front. He never played the instrument, you know, get to say all the lyrics and sing, you know, do all that. And then later in years, as I'm seeing Charlie Lake and all them other cats do it, it's too hard. It's just too damn hard to remember the lyrics and this and that and all that. And just, you know, for being in the band is hard. Being in any band is hard. So I'm like, so whatever I am, like I tell Mr. Curry and Mr. Fisher, whatever I am, y'all help me become this. And if you ask me, this is the best thing in the world. This is being on my side of the stage and having that music in front of me. Nothing between me and the music. How comfortable I am now being out in public and doing, I done did this so many times. There's no apprehension. There's no pretense of apprehension. You know, there's a comfort and confidence in knowing what's going on, how it works, where to stand, what to do this, do that, do that. And the rapport I have with the P-Funk community, a community that I don't want to say, prize the community, of course I do prize the community, but it's more that it's so important because P-Funk is so, the music, P-Funk music is so important to me. I mean, it's gotta keep, I don't go see nobody else no more. I fucking just don't do it. I just don't do it. I ain't got no reason to go see blah, 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 blah. For what? So I can sit there and wonder why they ain't playing P-Funk and why I ain't at home sitting in my recliner watching Netflix. I just resubscribed to Netflix because of the fight. It's pretty good. But you know, Netflix, I just say Netflix, you know. And then to come back, to be back there, I'm standing there talking to Tony Cameron Jr. I've been saying Tony Cameron's name a lot. I don't like that. I guess, I mean, I'm just streaming consciousness, and if he keep coming up, he keep coming up. But I'm just aware, because I don't like to get attached to nothing. And if I say somebody's name too many times, that means I might be getting attached, and I don't like it. But he involved, he doing this shit. I mean, if I gotta keep calling his name, because he doing shit, and he making shit happen, I mean, it's the news. If he news, he the news. You know, I mean, other things going on. you know, but I guess the one that just keep popping in your head is the one that keep popping in your head. How much control do you have over that? But anyway, I'm sitting there talking to him and Julia Ritchie, and again, I'm like, you know, this is the Funkateers Ball, you know, the top, the people running it, the, you know, the core. I mean, this is, the, you know, this is the, you know, the pinnacle, the ultimate of it. To be that close to such people who are responsible for something that's like very important to me. You know, to be that close and have influence or rapport with the people in charge or who are controlling stuff that's just so deeply important to me. People think it's just so deeply important to me. I mean, it could go away, number one, you know. I mean, we can't forget that. That's part of the reality. It could go away, even though it's unlikely. But we still got to keep reminding ourselves it could go away. It's up to us. And like Tony Cam said, I got to say this goddamn name again. He said, it's up to us now. It's up to us. George and them is through. They ain't through, but they done did their part. It's time for us to take it and go somewhere with it. And I accepted that responsibility a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago. And then now we got community around us, LA Magus Band and this and that, and Funkateers Ball Chalk City Lions, and dudes up in Detroit doing what they do. I mean, it's up to us, you know, and to be a part of the people who are doing it. I guess that's what being part of, being close, to be able to have rapport or access to the people who are actually doing big things and something that I love so much is important. Anyhow, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk, and for Terry Holland. Goddamn. I don't give a damn. I'll say it again, I don't give a damn. I understand what you're going through. You know, there's separate feelings for that. It's compartmentalized. But playing that goddamn music the way it's supposed to be, playing that music in a way that touches me. Again, it comes back to subjective. Playing that music in a way that touches me. After going through what you're going through, and I seen instantly what you have been going through, nothing at all. Nothing else. I looked at it, I didn't recognize it. But I recognize that sound, I must have recognized that sound, that bass, it was there. It was so there, I just went, oh, I'm looking, I was like, hey, I'm looking at you. Yeah, you, I'm looking at you. I'm hearing you. And to find out it was him, for that, and for every elementary particle, in any atom, in this or any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffrey.